Last week, we covered pretty much all the fascial lines except for the spiral line, which is what we're going to do today. So guys, the spiral line is actually quite complex. It wraps around the body, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of it. But at the end of the day, any kind of spiraling or rotational movements, anything that goes into like a bit of a twist, is generally going to be pulling on that spiral line. So it's one of my favorite lines to work with. And basically how it runs is if you start at the back of the head here, just at the base of the skull, let's say that we start on the left side. It's going to come down and just cross over the back of the neck. And then it goes over between the shoulder blades here. There's a muscle there called the rhomboids. It goes underneath the shoulder blade and out the other side. And this muscle here is called the serratus anterior. And this is the only fascial line where the serratus anterior is part of it. It's not part of any other line. And then it goes, now on the right side, it comes down onto the obliques muscle, which is the abdominals, and it goes across to the internal obliques on the other side. So now I'm back to the left side. So you see the spiral already happening. And then it comes over the front of the hip here. It's a muscle called the TFL, and comes down the side of the leg. And I think all of us know that this is called the ITB, the iliotibial band, because it can get very tight and sore on a lot of people. So it comes down the ITB, and then it comes down the front of the shin here, the tibialis anterior. It goes underneath the sole of the foot and up the side. So it's almost like when you're sitting in a horse's saddle and you've got your feet in the stirrups. It's like a stirrup that goes underneath the foot. And then it comes up the side of the shin here. This is called the fibularis, or the peroneal muscle. And then it comes to the back of the leg. So I'm on my left leg now. So it comes up the back of the leg in the hamstrings, and then it comes up along the ligaments. It doesn't include the bum. Guys, remember that the bum is part of the lateral line, okay? So, and then it comes up to the sacrum. It crosses over to the right side of the spine, and it comes up these back extensor muscles called the erector spinae, all the way up to the right side of the skull. So I've ended up on the other side. So now we're going to go the other way. It goes from the right side of the head over the neck, left rhomboids, left serratus, left external oblique, right internal oblique, down the side of the leg, ITB, down the right shin, tibialis, under the foot like a stirrup, up the right side of the leg, up the right hamstring, over to the sacrum, and up the left side of the back, and up to the skull. So you can see it's like quite complex, and it's just like wrapping. And any kind of, so it's a little bit more complicated movements, but you can see with that spiraling, anytime we do twists, that we're going to be incorporating it. So guys, you don't have to memorize that unless you're super interested in it, but it just is going to make sense to you when we start working with it now, what I'm talking about as we move. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
All information good? You're good. Fantastic. All right. So guys, we're going to start in a standing position, but today we're going to come and stand at the front edge of our mat. All right. So come towards the front of your mat. And separate your feet just a little bit. Big toes in line with each other. Just let your arms relax beside you. Lift your chin so that you're looking forward towards the horizon. And then just lift your shoulders up. So you're going to breathe in, shrug your shoulders, and exhale, glide the shoulders down again. And let's do that again. Inhale, lifting your shoulders up. And exhale. Just let them relax down. One more time. Taking a breath in. And exhale. Glide your shoulders down. Stay where you are. And let's close eyes. Or perhaps you'd like to just soften your gaze. And just taking a few moments to connect to ourselves Noticing our physical bodies and noticing our energetic bodies. Notice the shape of your body as you stand in space. Feeling the connections into the soles of your feet. Taking a few moments to breathe. And turning your gaze inwards, just observing how you feel this morning. Beautiful Monday morning. And do your physical bodies and energetic bodies correspond to each other today? Allow your eyes to blink open, taking a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. We're going to move into our first roll down. Just take a nice easy breath in. And then on your breath out, nod your chin and just start heaving forward through your spine. Just find the weight of your arms, find the weight of your crown, let your knees soften and double check that you're not like shifting your body weight back. And when you reach your bottom position, stay there for a moment, maybe give your head a little shake, no. And then maybe nod your head, yes, yes, yes. Let your head hang heavy, take a breath in, and exhale, unravel your spine, rooting into the heels of your feet. So this is where we're connecting to the front and the back lines of the body as you come all the way up to stand up nice and tall. Let's take both arms, inhale, reach all the way up, connecting the tips of the fingers to their partners, and then exhale, open your arms. Nice and wide. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up, look up, and just feel that lift through your breastbone. And exhale, open the arms. 2 more times. Breathing in. Feel how your scapula glide on the back of your ribs. Exhale, floating your arms down. And this is your last one. Breathing in, reach up, fill your lungs, and exhale. Just allow yourself to ground through your feet. Ready for our second roll down. You're going to nod your chin and just start peeling forward through your spine. And just notice if there's any difference in how your arms, your shoulders, and your neck feel after doing that breathing with the arm movement. Stay here for a second. Again, give your head a little shake. And then just nod your chin. Yes, yes, yes. And take another breath. Exhale. Roll yourself back up. And you want to really feel that you are activating the back of your body. So the back of your legs and then your spine so that you're really connecting into the back line of fascia and coming all the way up. Take a moment to just roll the shoulders back and around. And then placing your hands just onto the shelf of your hips. We're going to bend both knees and straighten both knees. And again, bending the knees and straighten. And we're keeping our spines relatively upright, so there's no hinging forward as if you're doing a squat. So it's quite a small movement. And if you're tight in your calf muscles and Achilles, you're probably going to feel it in your lower leg. And we're going to do just one more time. Bend the knees, now stay there. Letting the arms relax. Take another breath in. We're going to roll down from here, keeping the knees super duper bent, so that as you come forward, you should quite comfortably be able to put your fingertips down, or maybe even put the palms of your hands flat down onto the ground. Now bend your knees a little bit more, as if you're going to sit in a chair. And then exhale as to straighten your legs as much as you can, but here's the trick, you're not allowed to let your hands lift off the ground. Anchor your hands. And again, bend the knees. And press up. Let's do 2 more. So guys, if you're not very supple in your hamstrings, you might not be able to straighten the legs, and it doesn't matter. As long as you feel a stretch, that's all you can actually ask for. Now, bend your knees and stay there. Go onto the tips of your fingers and take your hands a little bit wider apart so that you have a nice solid base. Balance on your right foot and just hover the left leg up in the air. So you're holding that leg up. And now I just want you to stretch that leg all the way back and placing your foot all the way down behind you. Now you're going to lower that knee down. Do you need any kind of padding? Put it underneath your knee if you need. Relax your toes out, and then bringing your right hand up to your knee and bringing your left hand down beside you. So zip up those abdominals, open up across the chest, focus your eye line. Let's just do a little bit of a shifting backwards with our body weight and a little bit forward. And guys, if you need to move your feet wider, do it. Make sure that it works for you. And I want you to figure out where is the place that you feel the best opening for that left hip. And then stay in that place. Now the left hand goes up, breathe in. And breathe out. And again, breathe in. So you guys know this one. This adds tensioning to that opening along the left hip. One more time, reach up. And this time, exhale and bring your left hand down to the ground. See if you can put your palm flat, but you can go fingertips if you need. And now, right hand on the outside of your knee as you help yourself into a little bit of a twist. And you can stay here, or perhaps you'd like to reach the right hand up. Energy through the fingertips. Stay here for 3 breaths in and out. So this is the start of us moving into spiral lines today. Opening of the heart, the twisting of the spine. And then on your next breath, release. Go onto the tips of your fingers again. But this time you're just going to put your hands just on either side of the heel of the foot. And now let's move our hips backwards and forwards. And again, maybe you can straighten that front leg, maybe not. And just connect your movement to your breath. So what I'm doing may not be the right pace or the right range of movement for you. And it doesn't matter. This is your chance to figure out your movement patterns. And now bring your hips back and stay there. Soften the front knee. Don't lock it straight. Lift your toes up towards the sky. Lengthen your spine, and now we're just going to do the little internal, external rotation. So this is our hamstring glide, and maybe you remember that we did this in the session where we did the back line of fascia, the hamstring glide. But it's important that we start opening up and releasing the hamstrings for the rest of today's class with spiral lines. Let's just take a few more. And then bring your foot center, place your toes down, walking yourself forward. Now again, bring your hands forward on the fingertips, tuck the back toes, and now just see if you can lift that back knee up. And then lower it down again. Now, the more that you can connect to your abdominals, lift the knee, it's not going to be so much of a strain in the leg. It's going to be a lift from the center of the arm. One time. Now here's the trick. You're going to do a little bit of a push off that back leg. And again. Your center. And now this time, step forward. Big toes in line. and just relax your body over. Stay there. And now, bend your knees and put the palms of your hands flat, shifting your body weight to the left leg. Pick up the right foot and just see if you can balance. If you need to go to the tips of your fingers, then do so. Stretch that right leg all the way back and then step backwards. Make any adjustments you need. Lower the right knee down. Relax your foot. Left hand to left knee. Bringing your body upright and just let the right hand settle beside you. So pause for a moment. Focus your eye line. It will help you balance and connect your center. And then just explore the position of your legs and whether or not you should be like a little bit back maybe, or maybe you should be a little bit forward so that you find that really lovely opening on that left hip. And then settle yourself there and the arm goes up, breathing in, and the arm comes down. And again, reach up, adding that tension in, so there's energy through the fingertips. Last two, inhale, reach. And exhale, one more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, and bring that hand all the way down. Use your left hand on the outside of the knee just to guide yourself into the twist. And maybe you can reach the left hand up. Energy through the fingertips. So there's equal and opposite energy through the right hand and through the left hand. And it's coming from your heart space. Stay with your breath. And then release down, going onto the tips of your fingers, just beside the heel of your foot. And now we start moving a little bit backwards and forwards. Getting that hamstring ready for its hamstring glide. Remember that we want to keep the spine as long as possible. So just bring your hips back, and then guys, front knee is soft. Lift your toes up, and then start to rotate from the hip joint, external, internal rotation. And that is going to cause your knee and your foot to move in and out. The trick is to keep your shoulders and your pelvis as stable as possible. Keep breathing. And let's just take one more. Bringing your foot to the center, placing your toes down, walk your hands forward, and again on the tips of your fingers, tuck the back toes, and then on your breath, lift the knee up and lower the knee down. And again, are you able to connect to your abdominals? So it's very little work on the leg, it's more coming from your powerhouse, as Joseph Pilates called it. One more time. Lift up now, hold it here. We're going to do a little bit of a push and a soft landing. And again, push. One more time, little push. And now this time, push and step forward, nice and controlled, and then just relax over. Stay here for a moment. We're going to roll up into standing again, using abdominals to support from the front, connecting into the back of the body to bring yourself upright and to stand nice and tall. Take a moment to roll the shoulders. And then just allow your arms to settle and close your eyes. Taking these few moments to connect to yourself physically, connect to yourself energetically, to feel your heartbeat, to become aware of your breath. Slowly opening your eyes, blinking. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Take both arms, reaching them all the way up. Breathing in. Look up, open up across the chest. And then exhale, open your arms wide. Nod your chin. And starting to move into that roll down. Find the weight of your head, the weight of your fingertips, soften your knees, and all the way forward you come. And then you're going to really root into the hands. I want you to balance again on that right foot. Picking up the left leg. And again, you're going to stretch that leg all the way back. Take a big step back, and then hold it here. Now guys, you are welcome to put your knee down, but if you would like to challenge yourself, place your right hand to your right knee. Bring yourself upright and letting that left arm just hang beside you. Now again, you've got to really connect belly, open up the chest, and you've got to focus your eye line. If there's any strain in your lower back, then please just bend the knee. It's really not a big deal. Left arm, inhale. And exhale. And again, breathing in. So we're getting that beautiful opening onto that hip. 2 more. And release. One more time. Breathe in, energy through fingertips. Exhale, reach all the way down. And put your left hand flat onto the ground. Right hand to the outside of your knee. Guide yourself into a little bit of a twist. And if it's available to you, reach the right hand all the way up. Remember, you're welcome to bring your knee down to the floor at the back if that's where you need to be. Find the connection through the fingertips on the right hand and the left hand. And now slowly release. Again, go to the tips of your fingers with your hands on either side of the foot, and we're going to press that gentle straightening of the leg and release. Now again, you're probably noticing that your body's getting much warmer. You might be able to increase your range, but please don't at any point force it. One more time. Press back. Bend the front knee. Walk your hands forward. Now you're only going to do one bounce and step forward with that left foot. Line up your toes and then relax over. Get your head a little shake. No, no, no. Nod your head. Yes, yes, yes. And then soften your knees. Standing on the left leg. Stretching the right leg all the way back. Big step. And you're in your lunge. Guys, remember, you can put your knee down if you wish. Otherwise, we're going to keep it straight. Left hand to knee. Focus your eye line. Bringing yourself up. Ooh, there's a lot of work in that bum cheek, right? Right arm. Inhale. And exhale. Using your breath to guide your movement. 2 more. 1 more. Reach down, placing that right hand flat. Guide yourself into a little bit of a twist. Maybe you can lift that arm up. Stay with your breath. Guys, give yourself permission to take a break at any point that you need. And releasing down onto the tips of the fingers. Let's straighten the front leg for a little bit of a hamstring release. And down. And again, press back. And 2 more. Last one. Energy through your crown. And bend. Walk your hands forward. You're going to do 1. Push off that foot. Step forward. And once again, relax over. Just let yourself surrender here for a moment. And then on your next breath, soften your knees, roll up abdominals, back line of your body connecting, lifting all the way up, and focusing your gaze. Roll your shoulders back, and then again, pause, soften your gaze, or perhaps close your eyes. And again, just noticing the shift that is taking place. Perhaps it's a big shift physically, a big shift energetically. Perhaps it's more subtle. Allowing yourself to absorb and to integrate. Blinking your eyes open. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Both arms reach up. Inhale. Connect each fingertip to its partner. Exhale, open your arms, nod your chin, rolling forward through your spine. Just enjoy that articulation all the way through. Now, coming down onto flat hands. So if you need to bend the knees, you do so. Stepping the left leg all the way back. Bring the hands a little closer to you and a bit wider. Pushing into your hands and step the right leg back. And you hold a plank pose. Energy through your crown. Energy through the heels of your feet. Pressing away from the mat. Lower your knees to the ground. Release your feet. Round your spine like a cat. Sit back just enough that you feel that you're getting a stretch in the right place. Keep your hands anchored where they are. And we do 5 gentle releases. Last one. And then coming all the way forward, just until your wrists are above or shoulders above wrists, and then lengthen your spine and come to neutral. So you still have that long base, but you have a neutral spine. Start to shift your body weight backwards. Do you notice how the upper body switches on? And then shift your body weight forwards, and do you notice how your lower body switches on? Let's just do a few more. Energy through your crown. Energy through your tail. Taking 2 more. Taking 1 more. Hold it here. Bring your knees wide. Big toes touch. Sit back. Bend the elbows. Walk the hands together so you can make a prayer position with your hands. And then bend your elbows and bring your hands behind your head. So this is quite a lovely release for the wrists, for the triceps, for the shoulders, so all of the weight-bearing work that we've just done. Staying just for another moment. And then on your next breath, let your hands come forward, separate your hands, and draw yourself up onto all fours. Now, balancing on the left hand, reach the right arm to the side, coming into a thread the needle. So again, moving into the spiral lines of the body here. Slide the left hand forward, and we stay here for 3 breaths in and out. Feeling the rotation through the thoracic spine, the rib cage, and notice how that affects our breath. In your own time, sliding the left hand back in. Press all the way up and now reach the right arm out to the side. Show yourself that you have control over your movements and then bring the right hand in. Left arm reaches, thread the needle through, placing head, placing shoulder, and once you're settled there, slide the right hand forward. And again, just connecting into each breath, and just observe, how does it feel on this side? Slide your right hand back in, press up, reach the left arm out to the side, pause, and bringing the hand back in. Set yourself up so that you feel stable and that you feel that there's no pressure onto the wrists. I want you to take the right leg, slide it back, pick up the leg, double check that you haven't dropped, and then just flex your foot and stay here for a moment. So we're just going to feel that connection into gluteus maximus. We're finding a connection of energy through the crown of your head and backwards through the heel. And now we're going to bring that leg all the way around to the side, and you're going to place your foot down. So again, more next line up your big toe with your knee, but then you want to be able to roll the foot flat. Adjust anything that doesn't work for you. And again, we're just going to do that little transition backwards and forwards. So now I'm sure you guys remember this from when we did our very first class of the series. That was the deep midline, the front line of fascia. And that's the inner thigh up to the pelvic floor, up to the diaphragm, and to the back of the neck. Bringing your hips just halfway back, stay here. Round your spine like a cat and push up onto the tips of the fingers. We're just going to stay here for a moment. Breathing in across the width of the back, feeling the stretch between the shoulder blades. So that's the rhomboid. That's part of the spiral line. And then placing your hands down, lengthen your spine, bring your body weight forward. Now guys, this is going to be quite intense. Reach your right arm out to the side, and then start coming into a thread the needle, but just come down to your forearm. That might be the extent of this movement for you. If you would like to venture a little bit further, you can slide down. Maybe you need to put a little prop under your head. Maybe you need to move your arm. That's it. So this is beautiful spiral line work. And now, pressing into the left hand, up you come. Reaching the right arm out, placing the hand down, pick up your right leg, sweep it all the way around to the back, and then bringing the knee in. Beautiful. Is everyone okay? You're good. All right, so left leg, guys. Slide the leg back. Lift your leg up. Double check that you haven't collapsed the lumbar spine. Flex your foot. So now there's energy through your heel, energy through your crown, and maybe you can feel the gluteus maximus starting to wake up. And now, sweeping the left leg around to the side, roll the bit to a flat. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what we're doing. And then long spine, just start to hinge a little bit back and a little bit forward. And guys, again, I say this every time, but it's always a good reminder. If something doesn't feel right at your hip or your knee or your ankle or your foot, please just adjust it so that it does work for you. And then come halfway back, round your spine like a cat, and then push up onto the tips of the fingers. Stay here, breathing. Placing the hands flat, bring your shoulders forward, lengthening your spine so you're coming back to neutral. Now, left arm reaches, come onto the forearm, And if you're going to stay there, that's perfect. You stay there. If it's accessible to you, maybe you'd like to thread all the way through and resting down. Taking one more breath in and out. And then pressing into the right hand, up you come. Move gently, left arm reaches, left hand down. Pick up the left leg, sweep it around to the back. And then bringing your knee in, open your knees wide, big toes together. Settle yourself back. And once again, walk your hands together. Bend your elbows so you can place your hands just lightly behind your head. And we settle here just for a moment. Allowing yourselves to integrate into the movement, integrate the breath. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And then reach your hands forward. Walk your hands, spreading the fingers out, and draw yourself up again onto all fours. So we're going to be coming into our downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under. First, we're just going to hover the knees up. Stay there just for a second. Shift your hips back. Lift your hips up, keeping your knees super duper bent. And then we're just going to do a little bit of a peg with the heels. Getting that release all the way down. Achilles tendons, calf muscles. And then push both heels towards the ground. Now, pick up your right leg, not too high. Point your toe, ballerina. And then just bring that knee all the way forward to the right wrist and rest your shin down. You're going to trouble yourself there. Now, you're going to start moving your hips back and pivot that right foot across the mat. So you're coming into what's called the pigeon pose. So guys, if your knees don't like this, maybe you need to put a block or something under your bum to offer yourself some support. If you're pretty comfortable there, you could come all the way down. And what I do sometimes if my knee doesn't like this is I literally sit. So I don't even put any weight or pressure on the knee. I'll actually sit like this, and then that's my stretch. So if your knees aren't happy, this is an option, okay? Stay here for just a few more seconds. And now walk yourself up onto your hands. Move over to your right hip, so you're going to sit, and then simply bend your knees so you come into the mermaid sit that we love to do. Let's go into our seaweed. We haven't done any lateral flexion of the spine yet today. So again, move your legs however you need. Sit on a cushion if you want. And let's just do a few more. I'm going to turn to face you. And now place your right hand to the ground. Big stretch over. Stay there. Turn your shoulders. Put both hands to the mat. Square your shoulders and then either soften your gaze or close your eyes. And then feel the ripple effect up through your neck to your head. Feel the ripple effect down through your lumbar spine, your pelvis, and your legs. And then blink your eyes open. Let's go into an arch of the spine. And then let's curl back. And again, arch of the spine. And curl back. Now, I don't mind where you inhale or where you exhale, but connect your movement to your breath. And I quite like to close my eyes here. This is such a wonderful spiral line movement. And now just settle yourself in the center. You're going to move your right hand just a little bit forward to the middle of your mat, and then pick up your left hand, take a little bit of a peek underneath, and then all the way up you come. Move your hands behind you so you can balance. Bring your feet just into the center. Tuck yourself into a tight little ball shape. Stay here for just a second. Noticing that gentle rocking on your sit bones. And then on your next breath, release and bringing both legs over towards the side. Make any adjustments you need and let go. A little bit of a seaweed, moving the ribs, moving your spine. Notice on your own body if there's one side that likes to open up more than the other maybe. And now bring yourself over, so you're going to have your left hand to the ground, reaching, and then go into a little twist, placing your hands down, square your shoulders, and again, just either allow your eyes to close or just to soften your gaze. And it just gives you an opportunity to make the rest of your body settle where it feels good. Opening eyes, and we start to arch and curl. So as you do this movement, start to connect your hands. So when you push with your hands, you'll feel how your whole body rolls back. And when you pull with your hands, you feel how everything pulls forward and opens up. How does this side feel? Taking one more. Come and settle just in the center. Bringing your left hand to the middle. Right hand comes all the way up. And then exhale and sitting upright. Start to bring yourself to your pigeon stretch on the other side. So you're going to stretch that leg back. So remember, you could be sitting here if your knee doesn't like it. Or you could actually start to square your hips and your shoulders and come down a little bit into sleeping pigeon, if your body allows for it. Few more seconds to breathe. And then walk yourself up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes under. So just take your time as you start to lift your hips so that your body weight is off that front leg. And we start to move once again into our downward facing dog. So you can pedal through the heels. And then push both heels towards the ground. Now bring yourself forward into a plank position. So you might find that you need to move your feet or move your hands, which is absolutely fine. Let your knees come down to the mat. Release your toes out, and now no crash landings. We're going to count to 5, and at the count of 5, you're going to be lying flat on your tummies, okay? But it's controlled. Bend your elbows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we stay right here. Now you're going to keep your hands where they are, so bring your pelvis all the way down your heart. Perfect. So roll your shoulders back, engage the bottom cheeks, and just start to come up into a little baby cobra. We're going to inhale to come into a little cobra, and we're going to exhale to release down. And again, inhale, baby cobra, and exhale, release down. One more time, just like this, super simple. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, release down. Now stay here. ground. Baby cobra. Inhale. No hands. And exhale. Can you feel how your back has to work? And inhale. Anchor your pelvis. And breathe. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it. Place your hands down. Tuck your toes. Push up onto your knees. And then open your knees wide. Sit your hips back. And just giving yourself an opportunity to rest. Bring the palms of your hands together to touch. Bending your elbows. Placing your hands just behind your head. One more breath in and out. And then reaching your hands forward. Taking your hands nice and wide. Draw yourself up onto all fours. You're going to tuck your toes under. We're going to transition into a downward facing dog. Hover your knees. Move your hips back and up. Do any pegging of the heels that you need. And then pressing both heels all the way down. Now I want you to bring your right leg up. So I'm just going to tuck my top in. You're going to lift your right leg up just about the height of your hip. And then I want you to open your hip and start lifting your leg as high as you can. And then I want you to release that leg all the way down. Now pick up the left leg just to the height of your hip. And then open your hip. So there's a little bit of a twist running through the lumbar spine. Lifting. And then release. Lower your knees down. Release your feet. Pivot your hands backwards. So we're just going to go into a little bit of a carpal tunnel release. Sometimes when we're doing this weight-bearing work, this is the release that we need. Maybe you need to sit back a little bit. Maybe you need to do the gentle trampolining movement. So this is now an opening of the hip. It's an open twist. We're going to be doing one more set, and I'm just going to add on a little something, just a wee something. So bringing yourself forward, turning your hands all the way around again. We're going to transition to down dog. So tuck your toes under, hover your knees, move your hips back and up. Pressing both heels downwards. Pause there for a moment. Pick your leg up just to the height of your hip. So right now your pelvis is still level. Now you rotate the pelvis open and it gives you an opportunity to lift the leg up quite high. Point your toe. And now bend your knee and almost allow the weight of the leg to almost pull you backwards. So this is also a spiral line of the body. It's just in an open twist and an upside down position, right? Bring yourself back, reach your leg all the way up. And now step your foot through between your two hands right here. This is going to get fun, guys. So I want you to pivot your back foot so you can root into it. And then I just want you to reach your hands forward and come all the way up. So sorry about this. I'm going to end up with my back to you for a second, which is also fine because you'll see what's going on. Bring your hands open and just let yourself pivot so that you're facing sideways on your mat. Reaching your arms out wide. Just start to bend your knees gently from side to side, bending one knee and then the other. And then we're going to bend the right knee so that your body weight is over to the right. Energy through the fingertips. Start hinging forward. So guys, make sure that your toes are facing straight back. Hinge forward. Place your left fingertips to the ground, reaching the right hand up as you come into a standing spiral. Beautiful. Reaching bringing your body upright. And now, straighten your legs, let your hands come down, turn your right foot again, pick up the back foot so you can place both hands down, and now step back again to your downward facing dog. Step back and make any adjustments that you need. Is everyone okay? Yeah. Great. Pick up your left leg, just to the height of your hip. And then open your hip and letting your body spiral. Point your toe, bend the knee, and just allow the weight of your foot to guide you into that open twist. Bring yourself all the way back, and now step your left foot through between your two hands. Pivot your back foot so you feel that you're standing nicely.
Renee, I think we've lost you. Oh, she's gone.
I think the Wi-Fi's gone at that end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Sounds like she's totally gone.
Texting her.
Hi, Ash. If you're still on the group, tell everyone to hang in there for a second. For some reason, my Zoom isn't reconnecting right now. I'll try and get online again in a sec.
Okay, did you hear that?
Yeah.
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 Get the roller.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I have no idea
We
what
got you
happened.
back.
Hello.
Just getting to the fun stuff. Come, are you guys still enough that we can pick up?
Yes.
Yeah. I just saw like a few confused faces, like frozen in my screen. All right, so guys, we should be standing, and you should have your feet probably a little bit wider than shoulder width, maybe about arm width apart. Bring your arms all the way out to the side, and we're just going to start that little bending side to side. So you know all that inner thigh release work? This is why we did it, to prep ourselves for the standing. So now, bend your left knee and hold it there. Hinge forward, and then bring your right fingertips down, and you start to open up that left arm. So again, all the thread, the needle that we did, all those open twists, this is where it comes in. Stay with your breath, and then release. Spread your wings. You better use your abdominals. It is Pilates, right? Bring yourself upright, and then straighten your knees. Now turn your left toes out. Bring your hands down. You can pivot on the back foot. Bend your knees to come all the way down. Now listen up. Kick off the back foot and step forward. Relax. Fold over. Shake your head. No, 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 no. Nod your head. Yes, 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 yes. And then ever so slowly roll yourself up. Coming all the way upright. Roll the shoulders back and around. And then just allow yourself to settle. You can either close your eyes completely, or perhaps you would just like to soften your gaze. And taking a moment as we stand here just to notice our physical bodies in space and how we feel. Acknowledging all the movements that we took our bodies through. What felt good, what felt easy. Acknowledging the challenges that we encounter for ourselves. Take a moment to become aware of your breath and your energy. Observe any shift that took place. And taking just a moment to trace those spiral lines of energy around our bodies. Blinking your eyes open, take a deep breath in through your nose, open your mouth and sigh. Give everything a little bit of a shake. Lovely. Are you good? Yes. Fantastic. Great.